I want problems always. I don't want peace. I want problems always.
Is that you? Do you want peace or do you want problems always? That is what we're talking about today. For those of you that want problems always, do you really? Happiness is just a few changes away if you work on these 3 steps that I'm about to talk to you about. Listen, Gen Z control issues are one of the big things that is causing you to be stressed out. We already talked about sleep. We already talked about time management. Now we're going into control issues. We have 3 things that you all are trying to control that it's just not going to happen. Here's the first one. Let's just hop right into it and we'll chit chat as we go along. Number 1, the first thing that y'all are trying to control that you should never try to control is events. You're trying to control things that will happen in your life and things that have already happened. Guess what? If it's already happened, there is nothing you can do about it but learn from it. Did you know that? That's it. And if it's gonna happen, you can learn from the mistakes that you've had behind you and look forward to apply some of those lessons, but you cannot control it. You cannot control a lot of the events that are going to happen to you. The number really is 1/3. You can control 1/3 of the things that happen to you. That means there's 2/3 of the things that is just way out of your control. Somebody else going to do something and it's going to trickle down and affect you. These are just the rules of the world. Here is this. I'm going to show you all this thing because this is something that a poem that everybody needs to know about this. Here's this one. Y'all heard this? The Serenity poem. God grant me this. Don't have a seizure looking at this either. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Having the wisdom to understand what you can change, that 1/3 that I'm talking about, is where you're going to find happiness. The 2/3 that you have absolutely no control over is what's going to make you stressed out. And wisdom would help you discern what the difference is. Which are these things? Which is this 1/3 that I can take care of? You cannot control all the events of your life. You can't control the past, and you cannot for sure control much of the future. And that's the next one we're talking about. Number 2. You cannot control time. You cannot control time. Not the past, because it's happened already. And like I said, you cannot control the future. A lot of you all are looking to them signs. I'm a Libra, I'm a Scorpio, I'm a this, I'm a that, I'm a Sagittarius, because you're wanting them to tell you what's going to happen in your future. It's not going to happen. All these things are just playing on your emotions of wanting to control things. And guess what? They set up false expectations in your life. When they don't come true, then you're salty, you're upset, you're mad, you're angry, you're stressed out. You cannot control the future. You cannot control time. Let it go. Focus on right now, today. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. One of my favorite Bible verses basically telling you today has enough trouble of its own. Don't worry about what's happened already. Forgive yourself and move on. You done messed up. You didn't study for the test and you failed. You yelled and cussed out your mama and you got kicked out the house. That's done already. Now you can figure out how you can rectify some of those situations right now, today. Right now is what counts. You are not going to be able to control other people. Oh, Dr. D, nice. Listen, I am the happiest doctor on the planet. Do you understand me? I am a happiness expert. I want you to be as happy as I am. And I'm letting you know, part of it is I don't try to control people. I can motivate, I can encourage. I sure for well, I was going to say something else. Y'all heard it coming out, but I didn't say it. I sure enough can't control other people. I mean, listen, I have tried. I, just like you, have tried in the past to control people, and it just never works. When you start working on manipulating people and wanting to make them do exactly what you want them to do, then you end up with half a person. You don't end up with the full contribution of what that person can give you. Now, I'm not saying you just sit back and you don't help your people to be the best. No, that's not what I said. I said you can motivate, you can encourage, you can correct. You cannot control. If you try to, 1, control time, 2, control other people, 3, control the events of your life, guaranteed you'll be setting yourself up for anxiety and stress. Are you ready to have a more peaceful life, Genty? Are you ready? Well, you heard it. I gave it to you. I gave you the 3 things. We can work on figuring it out, how to work on understanding the events, the wisdom, to know the difference. We can work on that. You just need to be ready, okay? All right. Let me know in the comment section below if you have control issues. Which of those 3 things are you working on right now? Like,